Good evening, everyone. Tonight is the work session of the Mayor and Council for September 10th, 2025. This meeting is also being conducted telephonically. The dial-in number is 425-436-6365 with an access code of 213563 hashtag. And also, you can view this on our channel on YouTube that you can find on our borough website on the front page. And we have roll call, please.
Mayor Dillon,
Here.
Councilwoman Cusick,
Here.
Councilman Gottwetter,
Here.
Councilman Kilman,
Here.
Councilman Papalo,
Here.
Councilwoman Poppy,
Here.
Councilwoman Woods.
Here.
We stand for the flag salute, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of all citizens to have advance notice of and to attend all meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting the public is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this act, notice of this meeting of the mayor and council was published in the Bergen Record and the Suburban News on Wednesday, January 15th, 2025. First up, may we have approval of minutes?
Council President Kilman, I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from 8/27/25.
I will second.
Any comments on the minutes? Not seeing any. May we have roll call, please, Ms. Bundy?
Councilwoman Cusick,
Yes.
Councilman Gottwetter,
Yes.
Councilman Kilman,
Yes.
Councilman Papalo,
Yes.
Councilwoman Poppy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods.
Yes.
We don't have any communications that came in this week. Is Luke here yet? He's not here. Okay, so we'll continue on and we'll stop when he comes in. It's time for public comment. Anyone wishing to address the governing body, please give your name, spelling the last name and address. Please speak in an audible tone and address your comments to the chair. There will be a 5-minute time limit per speaker unless reduced because of the volume of business on the agenda. Please note, public comment is your time. Out of respect and fairness to all, there will be no interruptions or questions answered during your time. No time shall be ceded to anyone else, and no time shall be saved for later use. Any responses may be given during the governing body's comments later in the meeting or as directed by the chair. The borough clerk is the official timekeeper. So at this time, if anyone has any public comment in the room or on the telephone, this is the first call for public comment. Not seeing or hearing anyone, we'll make a second call for public comment. And again, not seeing any or hearing any, third call for public comment. We will close public comment at this time, and we will move into, since Luke isn't here, we'll continue on to the final consideration of ordinances this evening. And at this time, and we have a motion to go out of order. Oh,
No way.
is that Luke?
It is.
All right, now we're gonna back up a little bit, okay? May I have a motion to go out of order for the presentations, please?
Yes, Council President, I'd like to make a motion to go out of order for special presentations.
Second.
Thank you very much. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Cusick,
Yes.
Councilman Gottwetter,
Yes.
Councilman Kilman,
Yes.
Councilman Papalo,
Yes.
Councilwoman Poppy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods.
Yes.
Yeah. So, at this time, the mayor is going to get in front of the dais, and then the four gentlemen, Trevor, Luke, Mason, and Liam, when the mayor calls you up, she may call you up shortly, This is the camera we're gonna be looking at, the YouTube camera, so
Yeah,
that we can have it
scooch
on
down that
TV.
way for pictures.
Yep.
Just want to make sure we have everything
They're in
matched.
alphabetical.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for attending. The statement that is actually prepared by Council President Kelly. On July 16th, four Ramsey High School football players, Trevor Brooklyn, Luke Philippon, Mason Gonzalez, and Liam Mueller, swiftly sprang into action to assist a young woman injured in a car crash on the Garden State Parkway in Elizabeth Lake. At approximately 8:50 p.m., the players, who were traveling in separate cars to a celebratory dinner in Montvale after their victory in the South Bergen Shootout 7-on-7 tournament at Benton High School, encountered heavy traffic due to the crash. As they exchanged text messages and assessed the situation, they quickly agreed to pull over when they saw the severely damaged vehicle. The car, facing southbound and northbound lanes, had its front windshield shattered by a guardrail. Several Good Samaritans had already stopped to help, but these student athletes took immediate action. Luke used an emergency hammer to break the back left window and open the door. According to their accounts, the woman, estimated to be in her late teens or early 20s, appeared dazed, likely in shock. They did not attempt to move her as she seemed stable, and the vehicle posed no immediate danger of fire before it collapsed. Within moments, state troopers and paramedics arrived and safely removed the woman from the car. Tonight, we recognize the heroic actions of these young men, an example for us all. Their prompt and decisive actions reflect their remarkable character and leadership, stepping up when it mattered most. We're incredibly proud of them for their courage and selflessness in the critical moments. We have certificates from the borough, and then we also have a joint legislative resolution from the state assembly and the state senate. All right, so is Trevor? Where's Trevor? We'll take a picture of all four.
Yeah.
Here, don't worry. Luke? Come on up. Mason. Mason?
Thank you.
Mueller. Mr. Mueller? Can we get all four up here for a picture, please? Come on up.
Yeah.
Bring your stuff.
Did you guys get to leave practice early for this?
No.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you all for coming. Nice to see you. We're going to continue with our meeting. We'd love for you to stay, but if you don't, we will not be insulted.
Thank you guys.
Thanks. Way to go, Mason. Oh, my goodness.
Well done.
Congratulations.
You're welcome.
Have a good night. Thank you. for
Thank
coming.
you.
Thanks for your bravery.
Nice.
Okay.
I'd make a motion to go back.
Yeah. May I have a motion to go back into regular order, please?
Yes, Council President, motion to go back into regular order?
Second?
Roll call, please, Ms. Bendia.
Councilwoman Cusick?
Yes.
Councilman Gutweiler?
Yes.
Councilman Kilman?
Yes.
Councilman Papalo?
Yes.
Councilman Councilwoman Poppy?
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods?
Yes.
Okay, we are about to go into final consideration of ordinances, but before we do that, I'd like to have a motion to go out of regular order to provide our Borough Administrator, Mr. Rose, a chance to provide pertinent information on it. May I have that motion, please?
Yes, Council President, make a motion to go out of order to have Borough Administrator explain the ordinances and the pertinent information as advertised.
Thank you.
Second?
Second. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Cusick?
Yes.
Councilman Butler?
Yes.
Councilman Tillman?
Yes.
Councilman Popolo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Poppy?
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Rose.
Thank you, Council President. The first ordinance on for public hearing and final consideration tonight is ordinance 17, 2025. It's amending Borough Code, Chapter 34 regarding porches. This ordinance amendment was recommended by the Ramsey Board of Adjustment in residential districts R1, R2, and R3. This ordinance amends the code to provide a 6-foot porch encroachment allowance to the front yard setback for covered steps or covered porches. This allowance will only be allowed where these covered porches are not enclosed nor have screens, shades, or other coverings installed. This recommendation provides relief to residents in time and money by eliminating the need to apply for a variance and have a public hearing before the Board of Adjustment for variances that historically have been granted. The next ordinance on tonight for final hearing is ordinance 18 of 2025, which is establishing section 17.6 in the Borough Code entitled Lead Water Service Line Replacement. This ordinance was recommended by the Ramsey Board of Public Works. BPW, as Councilwoman Cusick, liaison to the BPW, has commented on at mayor and council meetings over the last couple of years. The state of New Jersey has mandated that any lead or galvanized water supply lines be replaced by the year 2031. This includes both the portion of the supply line from the water main to the curb stop valve, which is owned by the borough, as well as the remaining portion of the water service line from the curb stop valve to the water meter, which is owned by the property owner. This ordinance delineates the responsibility for the cost of the mandated replacement to the borough for the portion it owns and the property owner for the portion they own. The ordinance provides for a $750 payment to property owners who replace their galvanized or lead water service line before the later of 270 days from the adoption of this ordinance, or 180 days of when the property owner was first notified that they have a line requiring replacement. This ordinance provides some mitigation to the replacement costs of the property owners for their portion of the water line they own and maintain. The ordinance also details what is needed for the $750 payment from the Board of Public Works, including the certification from the Borough Plumbing Inspector that the lead service line was removed and replaced. The next ordinance on the agenda for final hearing is Ordinance 19, amending Chapter 7 of the Borough Code regarding parking on private property. This ordinance amending the code was requested by Don Bosco High School through its Director of Public Safety in consultation with the Ramsey Police Department. This amendment is very basic in that it simply states that vehicles must be parked in designated parking spaces. Many times at events, vehicles are parked everywhere, limiting access of emergency vehicles should they be needed. Ordinance number 20 is the next one for final hearing tonight. This amends Chapter 3 of the Borough Code regarding times for noise prevention, Section 3-8. This ordinance amends 2 sections of the noise prevention section of the Borough Code, extending the prohibited hours for construction and repair as well as music. For construction or repair, Section 3-8.2A8 changes the limit work on all days to end at 6 p.m. We're currently allowed work until 8 p.m. on all days except Sunday. For music, Section 3-8.2A1 reduces the existing nighttime hour time limit from 11 p.m. to 10 p.m. on all evenings other than Friday and Saturday. And for music, it also pushes back the allowed time from the current ordinance of 7 a.m. in the morning to start at 8 a.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday. And the last ordinance on the agenda tonight for public hearing and final consideration is Ordinance 21. It amends Chapter 10 of the Borough Code regarding retiree insurance benefits. This ordinance amends Section 10-13, subsection A, to further clarify the years of service required to be eligible for retiree insurance benefits and the required employee contribution requirements. Most of the borough employees are covered under a collective bargaining agreement or an employment contract which detail these provisions. This ordinance covers only those non-union, non-contracted employees. The ordinance was last amended in 2010 and requires clarification by providing a minimum number years of service to the borough to be eligible, as well as specifying the contributions the employee would be responsible for. This amendment confirms a minimum service time of 25 years in the New Jersey pension system, with at least 15 years of those served with the borough for eligibility, and sets the employee contribution rates at those in the collective bargaining union agreements at 54.5% of that of an active employee. And those are the ordinances on for final hearing.
Thank you, Mr. Bozay. May we have a motion to go back into regular order, please?
A motion to go back into regular order, Council President.
Second?
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Houston?
Yes.
Councilman Gottlieb?
Yes.
Councilman Tillman?
Yes.
Councilman Papalo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Toppi?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wood?
Yes.
Thank you. We now move to ordinance 17-2025 for its final consideration.
Thank you, Council President. Final ordinance number 17-2025, an ordinance amending the code of the Borough of Ramsey, Bergen County, New Jersey, and more particularly, Chapter 34, to establish Section 34.4.29 thereof entitled Porches, having been brought up for public hearing and all persons interested having been given an opportunity to be heard, pass final reading by title, and that said ordinance be adopted as an ordinance of the Borough of Ramsey. And be it further resolved that the Borough Clerk be, and she hereby is, directed to cause a copy of the title of said ordinance to be published in an official newspaper of the Borough in the manner provided by law, together with a notice of the date of introduction and the adoption of said ordinance.
And do we have a second?
This is Councilwoman Cusick, I second.
Thank you. At this time, we'll open it up to the public for final hearing. We'll do 3 calls, and at this point in time, anyone who has a comment on this ordinance, now is your time.
Good evening. I'm Patricia Maish. We live at 32 Mardis, and we actually were about to seek relief to put a 5-foot covering over our stoop, existing stoop. Ice build up, the door gets damaged from the weather, so I certainly would encourage the council to pass this ordinance. In addition to the fact that just on my drive from my house to here, I probably passed 15 homes that have a similar type of porch. So, thank you.
Thank you. Do we have anyone else who wants to comment on this particular ordinance? I'll make a second call. And on the phone as well, if anyone's there. Not hearing anyone, 3rd call. We will close public hearing for this particular ordinance and do a roll call.
Councilwoman Cusick?
Yes.
Councilman
Oh,
Gottlieb?
hold on one second. Does anyone on council have a comment or a discussion on this particular ordinance?
I've commented in the past
Okay,
on it.
yep.
Yep, it's come from the planning board, yes.
Okay, thank you, Counselor. Ms. Bendian, roll call, please.
Councilwoman Cusick?
Yes.
Councilman Gottlieb?
Yes.
Councilman Kilman?
Yes.
Councilman Papalo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Toppi?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wood?
Yes.
This ordinance is passed. We move on to ordinance 18-2025. Councilwoman Cusick.
Thank you, Council President Hillman. This is an ordinance amending the code of the Borough of Ramsey, Bergen County, New Jersey, and more specifically, Chapter 17 thereof, so as to establish Section 17-6 entitled Lead Water Service Line Replacement. Having been brought up for public hearing and all persons interested having been given an opportunity to be heard, pass final reading by title, and that said ordinance be adopted as an ordinance of the Borough of Ramsey, and be it further resolved that the Borough Clerk be, and she hereby is directed to cause a copy of the said title of said ordinance, copy of the title of said ordinance, to be published in an official newspaper of the Borough in the manner provided by law, together with a notice of the date of introduction and adoption of said ordinance.
Thank you, Councilwoman. I second this ordinance.
Thank you.
And is there any further comment besides what Mr. Bozay said on it?
I'm just, tonight, I'll make comments in mine, but
Okay.
people with lead service lines, the timing is perfect by BPW, got notifications in the mail, and it does reference the fact that we were working to pass this particular ordinance, so thank you.
We'll open it up now for public to comment on this particular ordinance, 18-2025. This is our first call from either anyone in the room or on the phone. I'll make a second call for anyone who wishes to comment on this particular ordinance. And a third call. I will close public hearing for ordinance 18-2025. Anyone else on the dais have any comments or discussion about this particular ordinance? Not seeing any, may we have roll call, please, Ms. Bendian?
Councilwoman Cusick?
Yes.
Councilman Goodweiler?
Yes.
Councilman Kilman?
Yes.
Councilman Papalo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hoppy?
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Now moving down to ordinance 19-2025. I pass this off to Councilwoman Sarah Pop.
Thank you, Council President Kilman. An ordinance amending Chapter 7 of the Code of the Borough of Ramsey, Bergen County, New Jersey, and more specifically, Section 7-42 thereof entitled Regulation for the Movement and the Parking of Traffic on All Other Private Property, having been brought up for public hearing and all persons interested having been given an opportunity to be heard, pass final reading by title, and that said ordinance be adopted as an ordinance of the Borough of Ramsey, and be it further resolved that the Borough Clerk be and she hereby is directed to cause a copy of the title of said ordinance to be published in an official newspaper of the borough in the manner provided by law, together with notice of the date of introduction and adoption of said ordinance.
Second?
Thank you very much. Any additional comment, Councilwoman?
Nothing additional to Mr. Bozet's report.
Okay, thank you. At this point in time, I open it up to public hearing for ordinance 19-2025. Any comments on this particular one? Not seeing or hearing anyone, I ask again for a second call. And one more time, third call for ordinance 19-2025. I will close public hearing, and if there's not anyone on the council has anything else to add, we will go right into a vote.
Nope.
Ms. Bendian?
Councilwoman Cusick?
Yes.
Councilman Goodweiler?
Yes.
Councilman Kilman?
Yes.
Councilman Papalo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hoppy?
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods?
Yes.
Passed. We'll now go into ordinance 2025. An ordinance amending Chapter 3 of the Code of the Borough of Ramsey, Bergen County, New Jersey, and more specifically, Section 3-8, thereof entitled Noise Prevention, having been brought up for public hearing and all persons interested, having been given an opportunity to be heard, pass final reading by title, and that said ordinance be adopted as an ordinance of the Borough of Ramsey. And be it further resolved, excuse me, that the Borough Clerk be, and she hereby is, directed to cause a copy of the title of said ordinance to be published in an official newspaper of the Borough in the manner provided by law, together with a notice of the date of introduction and adoption of said ordinance.
Second?
Thank you, Councilwoman. I don't have anything further beyond what Mr. Bozet said. I will now open it up for public hearing for ordinance 20-2025. Second call for anyone who would like to comment during this public hearing phase for ordinance 2025. And third call for public hearing on this ordinance. Not seeing or hearing any, I will close it. Any further discussion from anyone on the dais on this particular ordinance?
Nope.
Not seeing any. Roll call, please, Ms. Bendian.
Councilwoman Cusick?
Yes.
Councilman Goodweiler?
Yes.
Councilman Kilman?
Yes.
Councilman Papalo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Copy?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wood?
Yes.
And going to our final ordinance for final consideration, ordinance 20-2025. I turn it over to Councilman Gutwater.
Thank you, Council President Kilman. This is the reading of the final ordinance, number 21-2025, an ordinance amending Chapter 10 of the Code of the Borough of Ramsey, Bergen County, New Jersey, and more specifically, Section 10-13, thereof entitled Retiree Insurance Benefits, subsection A, so as to clarify years of service and employee contribution requirements, have been brought up for public hearing, and all persons interested having been given an opportunity to be heard, cast final reading by title, and that said ordinance be adopted as an ordinance of the Borough of Ramsey, and be it further resolved that the Borough Clerk be, and she hereby is directed to cause a copy of the title of said ordinance to be published in the official newspaper of the Borough in the manner provided by law, together with the notice of the date of introduction and adoption of said ordinance.
I'll second that.
Thank you very much. Any further comment, Councilman? on that?
No further comments beyond that.
Thank you. I will now open a public hearing for ordinance 20-2025.
21.
21 rather, dash 2025. I only got to 20 in grammar school. Second call for ordinance 21-2025. Not seeing or hearing anyone. Third call for ordinance 21-2025. And I will close public hearing for this ordinance. Any further discussion from council on the dais? Not seeing or hearing anyone. Ms. Bendian, roll call, please.
Councilwoman Cusick?
Yes.
Councilman Gutwater?
Yes.
Councilman Kilman?
Yes.
Councilman Papalo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Copy?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wood?
Yes.
Okay, all ordinances have been passed. There are no appointments this evening, and now we will move right into resolutions, consent resolutions from Councilman Goldwater.
Thank you, Council President Gilman. Be it resolved that resolutions 157-2025 through and including 160-2025 have been considered by the governing body of the Borough of Ramsey be and are hereby passed and approved. There are no special permit requests this evening. For block parties, there's a request from Elm Place, requesting permission to hold a block party on September 14th, 2025 from 4 to 8 p.m. And Poplar Street is requesting permission to hold a block party on October 25th, 2025 from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
I'll second that.
Thank you very much. May we have roll call, please?
Councilwoman Cusick?
Yes.
Councilman Gutwater?
Yes.
Councilman Kilman?
Yes.
Councilman Papalo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Copy?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wood?
Yes.
Thank you. It's time now for committee and liaison reports. Once again, Finance and Administration, Councilman Gutwater.
Okay. First off, I would just like to congratulate the 4 Ramsey High School students who were honored this evening for their heroic actions this past July, and go Rams. I'm sure my colleagues also have comments on Ramsey Day, but I would like to acknowledge the efforts of our Borough Administrator, Bruce Vosé, for all his coordination efforts for this event, and also acknowledge the efforts of all the emergency services. And it was pretty good to see that the inclement weather held out to at least middle of the afternoon. But it was a really, really wonderful day. For my report, for the library board, I would like to acknowledge how wonderful the summer reading program is and how much it has grown over the years through the leadership of the library director and the efforts of all the staff involved. They've motivated the kids and the teens in this town to read an unbelievably high number of minutes. When I looked at the report, we were at the library board on Monday, the number of minutes that were read seemed like it was totally unbelievable to do, but yet it was done. It was unbelievable number of minutes, correct, Mayor? The number of minutes that the teens and the kids read is unbelievable. So that's really, really good to see, though. The program attendance and the circulation has grown enormously, and kudos to all involved and our readers. The library made a presentation to the residents of the Woodlands on services the library can offer to residents at the end of July and was very well received by the residents. The library is looking into a teen room renovation, updating the space and furniture to make it more conducive for the teen group. In addition, the meeting room has been freshly painted and the flooring replaced. And the residents can check the library website for fall programming. For the Recreation Commission, the fall rec soccer registration, I guess is completed because play should be beginning as we are in the month of September. Winter basketball registration should be available through Team Snap in earlier this month. Halloween Parade will be again coordinated with the fire department. And registration is open for the 47th Jack McKeon Memorial Ramsey Run on Saturday, September 20th, 2025. Check the rec website for more details on timing for the run. And sponsors for this run are also welcome. The Ramsey Farmers Market is open Sundays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. There'll be an Apple Festival on September 21st, sponsored by the Women's Club of Ramsey. A home and garden show sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce of Ramsey on October 5th. A Touch a Truck event held on October 26th, sponsored by the Ramsey Juniors. Come and check out all the great vendors that are in attendance at the market each and every Sunday, as well as crafts for children and music, and a nonprofit organization is usually in attendance. That concludes my report for this evening.
Thank you, Councilman. Public safety is my report. First off, I would like to also recognize and congratulate Mr. Vose and his team and the DPW and all involved with Ramsey Day. It was well coordinated and well done as usual, and kudos to all involved. Also congratulations to Trevor, Luke, Mason, and Liam for taking action when faced with an emergency situation. It's a testament to the character of these young men. And finally, on public safety, the design team continues to make strong progress on the Ramsey Emergency Services Complex project as they develop a revised comprehensive concept that remains within set budget parameters despite ongoing inflation and rising construction costs. Once the design phase is completed, it will be presented to the full mayor and council as well as to the public. Following an internal review of the proposed plan and bid package, the borough will submit the materials to the State Office of the Comptroller for approval before proceeding to the bidding phase. At this time, there is no estimated timeline for when these steps will occur. And that is my report. I pass it on to Councilwoman Jane Woods.
Thank you, Council President Kilman. Special thanks to Borough Administrator Bose for another excellent job on Ramsey Day. Thank you to all the other emergency services and various departments within Ramsey that made everything run smoothly, especially at the end of the day for everyone's safety. Congratulations to Trevor Broking, Luke Philippone, Mason Gonzalez, and Liam Muller on their outstanding service and receiving the Heroic Action Award. These fine young men were raised right, disciplined through athletics, and stepped up when the help was needed. My heart is bursting with pride and gratitude, and I just wanted to tell them they're not here, but they will go far, and congratulations. The Design Review Board will meet on Tuesday, September 23rd. The Senior Trustees Board will meet tomorrow, September 11th. And I just want to say the picnic on Wednesday, September 3rd was a huge hit. The weather was lovely, and everyone enjoyed the ice cream truck out front. They were acting like children again. It was great. The Zoning Board will meet on September 17th, and I hope to see many of you at the 9/11 ceremony tomorrow at 6 p.m. to honor those we lost. And that's my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Moving on to utilities, buildings, and grounds, Councilwoman Judy Cusick.
Thank you, Council President. Trevor Broking, Luke Filipponi, Mason Gonzalez, and Liam Miller. It's not every day we come across young individuals who step up with such courage and care, and your actions are a testament to your character and values, and I also thank your parents. Congratulations on a wonderful Ramsey Day to celebrate our borough. I thank our borough team, Administrator Rose, and our Department of Public Works for their efforts for this day and always. And tomorrow is September 11th, and on this solemn day, we honor the memory of those who lost their lives and salute the bravery of first responders and everyday heroes who stood united in the face of tragedy. I'm grateful for the resilience and patriotism that emerged, reminding me of the strength found in unity and compassion. My report tonight will be an update regarding Planning Board, Shade Tree Commission, and Public Works. At the Planning Board meeting on September 2nd, there were 3 waiver applications which were approved. The next Planning Board meeting is 16th September. The Shade Tree Commission meeting for 21st of August was canceled. The next meeting is 18th September. Ramsey is a tree city for 30 years now. The Ramsey Board of Public Works last met on 18th August. The next meeting is the 15th September. Per and polyfluorinated substances, PFAS, are a large group of human-made chemicals used in various industrial and consumer products. Their persistence in the environment is a growing concern, and the US EPA has set forth PFAS water quality limits impacting our well water supply. H2RM, our architectural and engineering firm, is collaborating with the Ramsey Water Department on treatment solutions for well facilities at Arrow Road, Darlington, Brookfield, North Central, and Spring Street. Our borough's PFAS projects have been submitted for low-interest loan considerations from the iBank. iBank has reviewed and requested additional information, which is being compiled by H2M. The lead service line replacement, as Borough Administrator commented, the Board of Public Works continues planning and implementation measures to comply with NJDEP's lead service line replacement mandate, requiring all lead service lines approved in the water system, all lead service lines in the water system to be replaced by 2031. Tonight, we've approved Ordinance 18-2025, and I'm grateful. Thank you. And lastly, please, Borough friends, if you are able to do so, remove and clean the debris away from the stormwater drains, because properly maintained stormwater drains prevent flooding, protect local roads, and mitigate damage to homes, and ensure that runoff flowing into ponds and streams is free of pollutants. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilwoman. We move down the line now to public and governmental relations. Councilwoman Sarah Poppy.
Thank you, Council President Gilman. First, I would like to congratulate Trevor, Luke, Mason, and Liam. These young men represent a community who comes together for others, taking an action that most adults wouldn't consider. We are all very proud of you. Ramsey Day was fabulous. Thank you, Bruce, for all of your work that you put forth every year. I'm sure for you it seems like plug and play because you continuously follow the same steps, but to all of us it is a heroic effort, and we are grateful and thankful to have you, the DPW, emergency services, and all others involved for these great events in our community. Ramsey Stigma Free will hold their next meeting at 7:30 p.m. on September 15th at the Ramsey Library. All are welcome. The Pool Commission will meet again at Ramsey Borough Hall, 7:30 p.m. on the 17th of September. And the Ramsey Municipal Alliance will meet 7:30 p.m. on the 22nd of September. They're planning a parent presentation in conjunction with Ramsey Schools on October 27th. Thank you to Ramsey Schools for hosting the Ramsey Municipal Alliance to encourage them to spread their message of substance abuse prevention and education. And that concludes my report. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Health, Education, and Social Services, Councilman Glenn Popple.
Thank you, Council President Kilman. I as well will congratulate the students, Trevor, Luke, Mason, and Liam, on their extraordinary efforts that they did. Very proud of their actions, and really appreciate what they did for that. Thank you to Borough Administrator Jose. Wonderful Ramsey Day. I know a lot of work goes into it. Very successful, and again, job well done. It's year after year. That event is just extraordinary. I'll talk about 3 groups, starting off with Rife. Soccer to begin 9/13, Dater School at 3 p.m. Again, always weather providing. Everything looks good for that. We have scheduled Art Night for October 2nd at 6:30, and that will be at the Community Center. So that is the second event we will have. For environmental, we have styrofoam recycling, Saturday, 9/13 at the train station from 9 to 11. And then we will be at the Children's Park planting flowers and plants also on the 13th, beginning at 10 a.m. for that. And the next Board of Ed meeting is 9:30. That's all I have for tonight.
Thank you, Councilman. And now, our mayor, Deirdre Dillon.
Thank you, Council President. And thank you for the wonderful remarks recognizing the young men. Once again, recognize Mason, Trevor, Liam, and Luke. They were so cool-headed that night. It's really amazing that young men still in high school could stop, take action, and really show a lot of forethought, especially not moving the victim, just cause any damage to her. So, or injury, excuse me. So congratulations to them, and they really do reflect wonderfully on both Ramsey and the Ramsey school system, and of course, their parents. This past Saturday, we had the Ramsey Day, and I have to say, the parade was great. You really do miss the high school band when they're not there, so they really do make the parade the parade. So it was nice to have them back after them not being here for the holidays last December. And of course, thank you to Borough Administrator Vosé, the DPW, the Ramsey Police, CERT, Rescue, and everyone who participated and volunteered. It was a great event. Unfortunately, the weather saw different. Started breaking down about 2 o'clock, and the lightning detection system went off at 2:23, which officially ended the event. But thank you for all your hard work. I know you put a lot of time and effort into it. And also thank you to Councilwoman Cusick for bringing coffee to people at 6 a.m. That was very nice of you. And for Sarah for helping set up as well. So, and Peter for setting up in the morning. Bless you all for being there at 6 a.m. I'd like to welcome Jim Doherty as our construction code official, building sub-code official, and fire sub-code official. Jim has over 30 years of experience. He brings a wealth of knowledge to this position, and one of his favorite mottos is, electricity is not a hobby. So it's going to be very, very hard to fill Mr. Venturini's shoes when he retires as of October 1st. He's been simply spectacular for the last 12 years as our construction official. But I know Jim is up to it, and I have full faith in his ability to fill those roles. This past Monday at the library, we welcomed a new superintendent's alternate to the board, and it's the media specialist at Ramsey High School. And I'm happy to say she jumped right in and seemed quite at home, and she was excited to be there. So we look forward to working with her. And Stigma Free will actually be at all the back-to-school nights. Several of us from Stigma Free will attend each back-to-school nights because we're trying to revive Stigma Free since it kind of fell by the wayside for a couple of years. So we're really making an effort to reinvigorate it. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Now, Borough Administrator, Mr. Bruce Vosé.
Thank you, Council President. First off, I would also comment on Ramsey Day and thank, first off, the governing body for all of their support in this. All of you were there a lot of the day and certainly early, and it's a big help to have the support year-round for the event and then actually in pulling it off that day. Sarah's liaison, you've been very helpful. You were running around giving information to people, kind of helping where if I was tied up. So I appreciate all of the work from everybody up here on that. Obviously, the DPW's day starts before any of us and ends after all of us went home from the storm. So thank you to them, the police department, and the Office of Emergency Management, who spearheaded the efforts to just make sure everything stayed safe. Were giving us warnings ahead of time of when they thought, and they were within a couple minutes on when they thought the lightning detection would go off, and knew we would have a little rain before that. So they were very well prepared and made what could have been a difficult situation work like clockwork. So appreciate everybody's help on that. And then all of the organizations who participate, the nonprofits and all of the chamber businesses and everyone else. It takes a lot of people involved, and I'm glad those organizations all can have a successful day. I will comment also on some of the resolutions on tonight's agenda. As the mayor mentioned, welcoming James Dougherty as construction code official, building subcode, and fire subcode, with Ralph Venturini's upcoming retirement, the borough was in need of a construction code official, building sub-code official. Jim Dougherty currently serves as Ramsey's fire sub-code official and the assistant construction code official here. Currently, he holds the positions of construction code official, building sub-code official, fire sub-code official, and electric sub-code official in Upper Saddle River, which he has held for well over 20 years. As part of the process, we had interviewed Mr. Dougherty and another candidate who currently is a construction code official and building sub-code official in another Bergen County town as well. It was the committee's unanimous recommendation to appoint Mr. Dougherty to the position of construction code official and building sub-code official, replacing Ralph in those roles, as well as maintaining his current responsibilities as the borough's fire sub-code official. His first day as a full-time Ramsey employee will be Monday, September 29th. We look forward to him joining our team full-time here in Ramsey. I will not be at the next meeting, at least in person anyway, so I wanted to just share a few words on Ralph's retirement that comes about on October 1st. I'm very proud of all of our employees, and it's especially true of our management team here in the borough. Some of that team have preceded my time as administrator, some we have hired while I've been administrator. Ralph was one who we hired when I was the administrator. All I can say about his time here is that we could not have gotten it any more right than when we brought him in. He's everything we could have asked for. His knowledge and experience in the construction and building area are top-notch. Just as important is his ability to communicate with contractors and homeowners, to gain compliance with the codes and work through issues, is second to none. These, coupled with his dedication to the job and to the borough, to do whatever is needed, you cannot ask for anything more as a manager. It's been an absolute pleasure for me personally to have had the opportunity to work with him for the last 12-plus years. The borough's losing an excellent employee, and as his co-workers, we're also losing a friend. He will be truly missed. Resolution 160 on the agenda tonight is confirming the part-time hourly rate for our certified court administrators. The Ramsey Municipal Court from time to time needs to utilize other certified court administrators who may be retired or working in other towns to help for court sessions or coverage. It's the recommendation of our certified court administrator, Teresa Ernest, that we raise the rate for these part-time certified court administrators to $35 per hour to reflect the current level of pay for those with this certification. We have one ordinance on the agenda tonight for introduction, which is ordinance 22 of 2025. It authorizes capital improvements to replace 2 culverts on Alita Place in the funding in the amount of $350,000. This ordinance provides funding for the replacement of the 2 culverts in Alita Place. These culverts have been failing and impacting the roadway. This project will replace those as well as repair or replace as needed the abutments, guide rails, wing walls, curbs, and other road repair. Land Associates has done the engineering and design work for the borough. We have received the necessary NJDEP permits to proceed with the project. The project is currently out to bid with a bid due date later this month. The estimated cost of the project is $350,000. This funding is from budgeted funds to the borough's capital improvement fund account, and therefore there will be no new debt issued for this project. And that would conclude my report.
Thank you, Mr. Rossetti. Counselor, any comments?
Nothing, thank you, sir.
Ms. Bendian, anything tonight? Okay. We'll now move into the introduction of ordinances, and I pass this down to Councilman Glenn Popolo.
Thank you, Council President. Hillman. Introduction of ordinance 22, 2025, be it resolved. An ordinance to authorize capital improvements for the purpose of removing and replacing 2 culverts in Alita Place with associated repair replacements to abutments, guide rails, curbs, and roads repaving, and to appropriate the sum of $350,000 to pay the cost thereof. Pass the first reading by title, and that said ordinance to be further considered for final passage and adoption at the regular meeting of the mayor and council to be held the 24th day of September, 2025 at 7 p.m. prevailing time, or as soon after as the matter can be reached at the municipal building in said borough. And be it further resolved that the borough clerk be and she hereby is instructed to publish in an official newspaper of the borough in the manner provided by law, and a copy of the ordinance, together with notice of introduction thereof and notice when the same will be considered for final passage and adoption.
This is Councilwoman Cusick. I second.
Thank you. Councilman, any further comment on this?
Nothing in what Borough Administrator Bozay had to highlight.
As introduction, may we have a roll call, please, Ms. Emily?
Councilwoman Cusick?
Yes.
Councilman Goodweiler?
Yes.
Councilman Hillman?
Yes.
Councilman Papalo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Poppy?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wood?
Yeah, yes, excuse me.
Thank you. Do we have any unfinished business? Any new business to bring up? Not seeing any. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
Anyone to second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone. Good night.
All right, see you at the 9/11 service.
Yep, come on.
Yep. See you there.